A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant display of public sentiment, demonstrators rallied across Israel on Sunday, August 17th, demanding an end to the ongoing war in Gaza and urging for a resolution to secure the release of hostages still held by militants. This wave of protests emerges as the Israeli military prepares for a new offensive, intensifying the already fraught situation. The demonstrations reflect growing domestic pressure and increasing international concern regarding the humanitarian crisis unfolding in the Palestinian territory. The protests were organized by various groups, including the main campaign group representing the families of hostages, who have called for a general strike to amplify their message. The conflict, which has been ongoing for over 22 months, was ignited by an attack from the Palestinian militant group Hamas in October 2023, which resulted in the abduction of 251 individuals. Currently, 49 hostages remain in Gaza, with reports indicating that 27 of them are believed to be deceased, according to the Israeli military. In Tel Aviv, demonstrators unfurled a massive Israeli flag adorned with portraits of the remaining captives in a designated area known as Hostage Square, a site that has become synonymous with protests throughout the conflict. Protesters also took to the streets, blocking multiple roads, including the vital highway connecting Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, where they set tires ablaze, leading to significant traffic disruptions. Among the voices at the rally was Doran Wilfund, a 54-year-old tour guide, who expressed a sentiment shared by many. "I think it's time to end the war. It's time to release all of the hostages. And it's time to help Israel recover and move towards a more stable Middle East." This call for peace and resolution resonates with a populace weary of conflict and eager for a return to normalcy. However, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu condemned the protests, claiming that they embolden Hamas and hinder efforts to secure the release of the hostages. He warned that calls for an end to the war without defeating Hamas would only harden their position and prolong the suffering of those still held captive. Other government officials echoed his sentiments, with Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich labeling the protests as a harmful campaign that undermines Israel's security. The protests come at a time when the Israeli government has approved plans to expand military operations into Gaza City, a move that has drawn both domestic and international criticism. Humanitarian experts have raised alarms about the dire conditions in Gaza, where famine is reportedly looming due to severe restrictions on aid from Israel. Reports indicate that Israeli forces shot and killed at least 13 Palestinians who were waiting for food aid, further exacerbating the humanitarian crisis. The conflict has resulted in significant casualties on both sides. According to official figures, Hamas's attack in October 2023 led to the deaths of 1,219 people in Israel, primarily civilians. In retaliation, Israel's military offensive has resulted in the deaths of over 61,897 Palestinians, with the majority being civilians, according to health ministry figures in Gaza, which the United Nations deems reliable. As the protests unfolded, the Hostages and Missing Families Forum issued a statement declaring their intent to shut down the country today with one clear call: bring back the 50 hostages, end the war. Their demands include the return of a soldier killed in a previous conflict whose remains are still held by Hamas. The forum has vowed to escalate their protests and set up a tent near the Gaza border to further their cause. Recent footage released by Hamas showing emaciated captives has heightened concerns regarding the well-being of the hostages. In light of these developments, Egypt has reportedly been mediating efforts to establish a 60-day truce that would facilitate the release of hostages. Amidst this backdrop, Israeli President Isaac Herzog addressed the rally in Tel Aviv, emphasizing the need for international pressure on Hamas to expedite the hostages' return. Despite the calls for peace, several Israeli government officials have criticized the protests, viewing them as detrimental to national security. Culture Minister Miki Zohar remarked that blocking roads and disrupting daily life is a serious mistake that rewards the enemy. In response to the demonstrations, Israeli police have increased their presence, declaring that no disturbances to public order would be tolerated. The ongoing conflict has not only led to a humanitarian crisis, but has also raised questions about the future stability of the region. As protests continue and calls for resolution grow louder, the situation remains precarious, with the potential for further escalation looming on the horizon. The international community watches closely, hoping for a peaceful resolution that addresses the needs of both Israelis and Palestinians alike. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.